It gives me a chance to come out of my hibernation on frustrations. Everyone. So this speech is about yourself or myself. It got me thinking what I can talk about myself. That reminded Socrates, who lived more than 2000 years ago in Greece. He gave a sentence, it is inscribed on the temple of Apollo in southern Greece, Delphi. It says, know thyself. Where I come from, India, they say that our body is made of 5 elements: earth, water, fire, space, and air. Above that, there are 5 senses with which we perceive the world. Above that, there is mind, and above that, there is intellect. If you can cooperate and close your eyes for just few seconds, please. Right now your sight sense is closed, and now you are perceiving your world with the hearing sight, and other senses are dormant, not the sight but the senses are dormant. That's how we perceive the world. So yes, above senses there is mind, there is intellect, and above intellect there is soul. Now what is a soul? Let me tell you a story of a little wave. A wave was born in an ocean. He was a little wave. He starts growing up. He goes to a wave school. He makes all the wave friends, and he continues to grow up. Sometimes he notices big waves. He idolizes some of them. He wants to become one of them. Sometimes he notices not so nice waves and he dislikes them. He continues growing up and he continues to perceive his world. One day he notices a shore where all the waves ahead of him were crashing and dying. And it makes him anxious and makes him scared. Luckily, there was one wise wave around. He explains to him that that's what happens to all the waves. You get born, you get big, and then you go and crash in the shore. But the important thing to remember is you just stop existing as a wave. You don't stop existing as water. You are water, and that's what you remain. And similarly, we are also the tiny drops of God, who is the ocean of bliss. Now, there may be a question which God I am referring to. Where I come from, there are thousands of gods, and there are many religions in the world. So, which God is it, right? When sun rises here, we call it sun in English. But if you go to Mexico, they don't call it sun, they call it sol. In India, we call it Surya, Suraj, and another name is Aditya. If we don't know the language or all the names, then we might not know what the other person is talking about. But the sun is universal, and so is God. There is only one God. Now, I said that soul is above all the senses and mind and intellect, right? And we often say that we have a soul. But is it really true that we have a soul? I'm wearing this hoodie. This is my hoodie. And yes, my favorite hoodie. And I also have a car, which is my car. I also have a house, which is my house. And I also have this body, which is my body. But as you would agree, I'm not this hoodie. I'm not the car or the house. And as you would agree, I'm not the body either. And coming back to Socrates, when he said, know thyself, this is what I have learned about myself, that I am a soul and not the body. Coming back to the material world, I was given a name Sanket, which is a noun in Hindi language, which means sign or a gesture. I've lived in America for more than half of my life. I consider India as my birth parent and US as my foster parent. Without either of them, I would not exist. And I've been working as a software engineer, which I love. I love my job, and if I had to go back in time, I wouldn't choose any other profession. And I love our club. It gives a lot of us opportunities to improve ourselves and work on ourselves. That's it from me. Thank you, everyone.